like I don't fucking trust anybody who like tries to dab on their waiter, especially if they're doing it to like try and impress their friends. It's like, oh my,
You
like,
don't.
holy fuck, you don't know what it's like.
You luckily don't really see it that much in the UK. Like I hear about it being a huge problem in the US, but I've only seen it happen, I think, twice.
Yeah.
Like people actually getting like frustrated at the waiters. Like in the UK, you just suck up and take whatever food you're given. Really, like it could literally be the worst thing in the universe, and you're going to go, yes, fantastic, and then you're going to leave and then slag it off on TripAdvisor.
That makes me want to go to fucking Europe, dude. That really just makes me want to go to the UK and Europe if that's the way it is. That's the exact opposite here. In Mississippi, everyone is rude to waiters. Everyone is rude to like staff in general, like if that's the type of thing that you want to call it. If somebody works like a job that's I don't know, like a minimum wage job, then they're just gonna get treated like shit here in Mississippi.
Jesus, it's not that bad here, but yeah, it's like you'll see some shit.
I met I literally met my wife through treating her like shit when she was a waitress.
What the fuck?
Is literally how we met. I'm better at it now, but at the time I didn't know. I didn't know, and I just kind of like took it for granted and just did whatever my parents did, and I didn't tip her, and then I asked her for some money back, right, on like my bill, and it was just like a couple of cents, and so she had to go to the back, get in a safe, get the money, bring it back to me, and then I was like, oh, you know, it's only a couple of cents, why don't you keep it? And she was like, no, fucker, I went to go get in the safe for this for you. Like, you were gonna keep this, like, 37 cents. And then I was like, huh, I never thought about how much work that actually is and how rude that is.
Christ.
And then I hit her up on Facebook, which is how all good relationships happen.
What the fuck?
Wait, like she gave you your name and then you like, what the fuck?
So
hello, this is my name. I'll be your waitress this evening. Let me just quickly check.
I can't believe
Facebook.
it ended with marriage, not a restraining order.
what?
How did that end with marriage?
She said it was 19 cents. It was specifically.
Jesus Christ.
I made her go get 19 cents out of the safe.
I can't believe that she followed through with that.
So I went to band practice later that night because I was in a band at the time, and I was like, that girl was really hot. So
You want me to jump through fucking hoops to get my cents.
So I was like, oh, that girl was really hot. Who is that? I remember her name because she has a very her name is Kira. Like, it's a very specific name, right? And I was like, oh, Death Note, haha. And so I looked her up on Facebook.
I hope that's what you opened with. Like, haha, is your name a Death Note reference?
Mandalore. Listen.
No, you didn't!
listen, it was a different time.
Hey, remember that asshole who was being shitty to me in the restaurant? Yeah, I mean, it asked if my name was an anime reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, did your parents name you after an anime?
Oh my god.
She's like your age, Spiff. So she's like, actually, she's like, let me see. I think she's your age. You're like
That's
7 years older than me, I think. Something like that.
How old do you think I am?
I thought you were like, you're like 33, 34?
Canonically, I am about 576.
Okay.
And then online, I go off of my Wii Fit age, which is 57.
Okay, that's good. That's okay. I go by the age of my lungs, which is like, 83, 82.
It's how you get those early, like, free bus passes in the UK. You go by your Wii Fit age.
So realistically, I'm sorry, I opened with the anime joke, and she has a tattoo of a chocobo on her leg, and I was like, oh, a chocobo, and she has a pyramid head on the other leg, so I was like, this girl's really cool, and then I didn't tip her anything.
Jesus Christ!
I left. And
this
then,
is like I think the tipping system's the reason it's so shitty here.
yeah,
People like
Yeah.
power over your pay.
Yeah.
If I'm not treated like God himself, you won't get your 15%.
It wasn't that. I had never known anything about tipping. My parents never tipped anyone. I had never worked as a waiter. I didn't know how much waiters made at the time. I thought like they just make normal money, right? So like I don't see the point in tipping.
I don't get the whole tipping thing. 'Cause in the UK, like, you don't tip very often, and when you do, it's often a service tax, right? So
Yeah.
they just have
Yeah.
like 10% onto your bill at the end, and it's like, okay, cool, that's fine.
They call that
But-
gratuity here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found that out growing up because it's like, oh, there's a minimum wage, and it's like, oh no, there's this technicality where if you work food service, actually you can be paid like $2 an hour because of tips or something.
It's
Yeah.
it's
That's
like,
not minimum wage. It doesn't make sense.
yeah, it's so dumb. Like, just pay your people an actual salary so they don't have to worry about actually feeding themselves.
You guys want to
And
hear the
then
cringiest
let them
part
enjoy
though?
bonuses.
The cringiest part of this whole thing was I contacted her on Facebook, right? And then she ignored me, like for,
Oh, no.
for like days.
I don't blame her. I don't
She-
blame her in the
She ignored
slightest.
me for days completely, and because she didn't know who I was. And
Oh, remember me? I'm the guy from the restaurant.
shut up, Mandalore. I had to introduce myself some way that I knew she'd remember me.
If you put all that effort in for 17 cents, wait until I give you $1.
Wait until
Oh
I
my
just.
god.
I should have said
Pretty
something
good.
like, "Wait until I give you a tip." Don't worry, girl. I'll give you a tip. What? Oh yeah, she was working 2 jobs at the time, so it
Oh
was
my
really cool.
God.
But yeah, she ignored me for forever, and then I think she only said she only replied to me because she thought I was hot. I think it's the only reason she ever replied to me, and then I apologized about the tipping thing because I didn't understand, and I'm a stupid.
Nightmares on nightmares.
Yeah. Hey man, in Mississippi you get what you can get, you can't like sometimes you gotta date that guy who didn't tip you.
That's fair.